What's up guys, Pone here, and today we're going to do a review on the Vagabond. Today I'm here with my friend Maddie, and she's been flinging foam since she was 7 years old. As I'm sure many Nerf lives start, Maddie's began with cool parents, specifically her dad. Just this last November she was telling me about Thanksgiving. Tell me about that.
We went over to my aunt's house and had pretty much a full-out Nerf war and rearranged the furniture, and it was pretty crazy.
Wow, I wish my family was that cool. Typically they just all eat Thanksgiving turkey and then we all fall asleep in the living room. Alright, are you ready to get this thing open?
I'm ready.
Alright, so you get the blaster, some instructions, and 6 Doomlands darts. Alright, so here's the Vagabond. The first thing you might notice is that it's a pump action.
I noticed that the draw length is kind of short.
It is pretty short.
And I also wish that the handle was further up the blaster.
Similar to a strong arm, the barrel rotates after it's been fired. The trigger pull on this is actually quite a bit stiffer than the rough cut.
And I found it kind of uncomfortable.
Now it is slam fire capable, but I found that if you do it too fast, it locks right up.
This is about the speed that you can fire.
Now I'm sure you're all interested in how hard it hits.
Let's see what the chrono says.
Now moving on to aesthetics.
I like how it has the little clear part on the back so you can see some of the mechanisms in the gun, and I really like the cylinder.
That's true. It is pretty easy to reload with this elongated chamber here. Alright, so it looks like it just has one tack rail on the top.
And it does have sling attachments underneath the barrel and at the end underneath the handle.
As for chopping this thing up, I do think it would be pretty easy to remove this much barrel length if we cut here and here.
And it does look like the cylinder is floating, which would make it still able to function after you removed this front section.
Never miss an opportunity to learn. What's this called? It's called the Vagabond. Do we all know what that means? I'd say it has about 2 definitions. One, you could either be a cool, mysterious nomad traveling from town to town wrecking noobs. Or 2, shiftless, worthless tramp with no direction in life. Alright, so doing a quick blaster comparison, I think this blaster is most like the rough cut, the strong arm,
and the Rebel Guardian crossbow.
As far as the priming mechanism, I would say that it is most like the rough cut, except that the rough cut's priming length is quite a bit longer. If you're just looking for a cheap alternative to fling foam down the field, the strong arm has the same FPS and it also has the same capacity. Now of the blasters I think that the Guardian crossbow is actually the most similar to the Vagabond.
The Guardian crossbow has a very similar priming mechanism. It also has the same capacity, and it fires the darts with the same velocity. It's also typically $13 cheaper if you can find it.
Alright Maddie, if you had a choice between any of these blasters in front of you, which would you pick?
I would say I would probably pick the rough cut.
Wow, sorry Vagabond, you just lost to the rough cut. Velocity, I'd give a rating of 9 out of 10. For most blasters like this, like the strong arm, the crossbow, and the rough cut, it gets about 60 FPS, which is about the same as the strong arm I've found, a little below the crossbow, and above the rough cut. As for comfort and ergonomics, I'd give it a 6 out of 10. The handle is very large, as is the priming mechanism. The trigger is slightly sharp, and it's somewhat hard to pull compared to other blasters, which hurts my fingy. These nubs right here may be designed to get an extra good grip on this ginormous handle, actually don't feel very good against my thumb if I really give this a tight grip. As for functionality, 6 out of 10. I wish the priming handle was up here and it had a longer draw. As for slam fire, you cannot do it very fast. This is me pulling down very hard on the priming mechanism. As you recall from earlier, this is about as fast as you can fire it without locking it up. As for functional value, it holds 6 darts. It fires approximately 60 FPS. If you're in a battle, this thing works just like a strong arm. That's why I'm giving it a 4 out of 10. Using Amazon prices that I looked up just now, this thing is about $28. The strong arm is about $11. If you were looking for just functionality in a Nerf battle, definitely get the strong arm because it performs exactly the same as this. As for the aesthetic value, I'd give it a 7 out of 10. It actually looks like a pretty sweet blaster. This is what's shown to you in the box. If you flip it around, you may have noticed that a lot of blasters are like this these days. This Vagabond is not painted like it is on the other side, and they kind of cram all of the warnings on the one side. So they present you with this, and then you come home, and you look on the other side, and you get this, a blank slate. As for friends' opinions, Maddie gave this overall a 6 out of 10. Now let's take all those and average them out, and we'll see what the Vagabond gets. I'd give this a final rating of 6.5 out of 10. Basically, you're buying this for aesthetics. If you like how this looks, pick it up. If you just want a spring blaster that fires 6 darts, pick up a strong arm or something similar. Alright Maddie, well, it's been great having you here.
Yeah, it's been great reviewing the Nerf guns.
And remember guys, it's not about having fun.
It's about how pretty your blaster looks.
And how hard you wreck your friends. Alright, well now you know what Maddie and I think of the Vagabond. But I want to know what you think. Leave a comment in the comments section as to what you would rate the Vagabond. Was there something I missed? What kind of potential does this blaster have? Let me know.